market has been brutal, job market, and yet both of you are able to get the co-op. Both of you have Tesla. How did you get it?
The Tesla one I did, that was not even through a career fair. It was
Because both of you are doing Tesla co-op. What's the typical salary? And since you do 40 hours per week, would you say that you will be able to pay off the tuition fees? Right now, job market is brutal, and people are asking me if they should come to United States, and especially the ones who don't have work experience. What would you say?
Many big companies have their summer openings in August,
yeah,
June,
end of
July,
August.
August, which I didn't know. I had 2 rounds of interview, all were panel rounds. It was quite tough, but it worked out.
So when a manager tells you, hey, let's connect, it is for an interview.
Before we dive into all the strategies and stories that we're going to discuss in this podcast, let me ask you this. Do you have a clear job hunting strategy to get an internship or a full-time job? Most people don't, and it's costing them opportunities. I've helped over 1,100 students with their strategies through my ultimate job hunting course.
And trust me, I'm not even kidding. I could see so many recruiters viewing my profile.
And it's been the best investment I've ever made.
The content is incredibly practical, filled with tips and strategies that make you stand out to recruiters.
It was one of the best courses that I have done till date.
This course covers everything that you need to stand out. You will get ultimate resume course, you will get ultimate LinkedIn course, networking strategy, access to 1,100 plus job seekers for support, and personal support from me through WhatsApp group. I will walk you through every single step that you need with real examples and the tools that will give you an edge. I don't want you to miss any other opportunity to land your next job or an internship, so check the link in the description. And now I will let you enjoy the podcast.
Thank you, Elsa and Sunanda, for doing this. I am excited. One, I like to do it in person, but two, also you guys are in California, I'm in California, and this is going to be fun. But before we get started, before we deep dive, let's do a quick intro. Where are you from? When did you come to United States? What did you do, and what are you doing right now? So maybe we'll start with you.
I am Elsa. I was born in Kerala, brought up in Mumbai. I did my undergrad in mechanical engineering. After that, I joined Amazon Web Services as a data center engineer in operations. I worked there for about 3 years. And then I decided that I need to do a master's, I need to gain more skills. So I moved to United States in fall 2024, that's last year. So currently it's my second semester and I'm interning at Tesla as a technical program manager.
Nice, love it.
Okay, I can go next. I'm Sunanda Seshan. I was born and brought up in Chennai, schooling, studied in Chennai, and I went to NIT Trichy for my undergrad in chemical engineering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. After that, I joined ExxonMobil, worked in Bangalore for a couple of years in the oil and gas industry. After that, I got the opportunity to actually come to US and work here for a couple more years.
Oh.
I was in Midland, Texas with Exxon. At that point, I was really actually starting to, my role was getting similar to program management, and that's where I thought, this is great. I want to continue further in this path, and that motivated me to pursue MEM. And like Elsa, I'm also interning in Tesla this spring as a technical program manager in the energy side.
Amazing. And so both of this is your first co-op?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
You both came 2024, correct?
Yes.
I started Purdue in 2024. Before
Fall
yeah,
2024?
Fall
Yes.
2024.
Okay.
Fall 2024.
The reason I was asking is because 2024, as we know, we are filming this in 2025, but market has been brutal, job market, and yet both of you are able to get the co-op. So I want to understand, how is this possible? And not just you guys, I've spoken to multiple other Purdue MEM students, and some of them are in Amazon and Microsoft and Walmart. So what the heck is going on, and what's the magic sauce? How do you guys get co-op at Purdue? What's the magic sauce, do you feel?
I think the first is the opportunity to even do a co-op, right? You don't get that opportunity with a lot of universities. Typically, you don't start interning till summer. And we are aware of that. That's one of the reasons, we're driven. We're here at Purdue because we want to make use of that opportunity. I think a huge aspect of it is the exposure you get. The program team, Eric and like you've met them, you've spoken to them. They're motivated as much as we are, and they're really trying to help us put our best foot forward in terms of our resumes, in terms of giving us doing mock interviews with us. So on those kind of things, we had a session every week or every other week that's based on professional skill development. So all of that definitely helped. And I'll let Elsa add on to anything else that she can.
I agree totally with her. I will also add that it's also about the people surrounding you. Like everyone in my batch was so ambitious. Like everyone is so focused. Everyone knows that they have to get a spring internship. Everyone is working towards that. So when you're surrounded with such people, even if you don't feel like doing it, you'll end up doing it. You'll end up doing the work, and you have a lot of seniors who help you, guide you. Like I think 2 weeks after I reached, like after the orientation, we had a call with Maya, and she was reviewing our resume. She was giving us tips on how to do, like how to put ourselves out there, how to network, everything. Like, so you have amazing seniors, you have amazing people, like peers, and Eric, Karen, Katie, all of them. So
people are a huge part of it. And just thinking of even the cohort as, we're all in this together. So let's try to make use of our experiences and the knowledge that we are gaining through this and share it with each other. Eric told us a beautiful thing during our orientation. He was like, don't try to compete with each other. You're all in this together and try to help each other out. And I really took it to heart, and that really helped me in networking with my peers, making sure who's getting what, which companies are responding, which recruiters are responding. Kind of helps you stay in the loop. And alumni network is a huge part of why Purdue's MEM program is Purdue MEM program. Our alumni really help us out, and they want to share their experiences, and
Nice, I love it. For people who don't know, because I know you guys are saying Eric and Karen and all of that, who are these people? I mean, I know that, but audience might not know them.
Yeah, so Eric is our program director, and with Eric we also have Karen, who's our associate program director and our academic advisor as well.
And then we also have Randy, who's also
so this is separate than University Career Center?
Yes. This is our Purdue MEM team, and they're the best. So with Katie, with our career advisor, we do a lot of resume reviews, mock interviews.
Professional development.
Yeah, it's more focused on professional development side of things.
And I just want to clarify to the audience, you are not getting paid for this.
No.
Because it might feel like you guys. But I have spoken to multiple Purdue MEM students. Everybody spoke highly of the program. And it shows clearly. So far, I haven't found a single student who spoke against the Purdue MEM, and I hope that continues.
I think you'll never find anyone as well.
That's amazing.
Hey, before we move on to the next part of the video, I want to quickly talk about our newsletter community, which you can be part of absolutely free. We are now going strong, and we have more than 40,000 people in our newsletter community. So imagine 40,000 people are receiving my newsletter every single week, twice a week, where I break down all of the stories that we did and make it a valuable resource for you. So if you're someone who doesn't have time to watch this and you just want to get an email with all of the resources into an email, that is the place to be. I'll put the link in the description. I'll give you some example. This is the one for Tanvi, where how she got 2 co-ops and she paid off her entire master's fees. This is an example of Maya, where she got 3 co-ops and she paid off her fees plus a little bit of savings. Here is an example of Sahil, who got his green card in 3 years. Here is an example where we shared a bunch of resources on job hunting. So I promise this is going to be valuable resource for you, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you want to be part of our newsletter community, link will be in the description, or you can go to link.udj.com/newsletter. This is the URL. And now I'll let you enjoy the video.
Also, another thing that I like is you guys all have personal relationship with the career advisor and program director. And that could be because of the smaller batch size, and there's a one-to-one connection as well. Would you guys agree?
Definitely think so. I think we had an orientation. So MEM cohort actually has to come in a week before the rest of the fall cohort in Purdue, and that's because we have a separate MEM orientation. It was truly the best. I think the best week in campus.
really
We were
fun,
like, we had to put in a lot of effort, and it's so professional. We get our name tags, and you can see that. Yeah, dress up. And you can see that even the program team, everybody is trying to remember our names, remember our faces, and build that relationship.
And Indian names are so easy to pronounce.
Yeah. So it takes like your social, it drains the social battery by the end of the day, but it's kind of a good thing that we got that opportunity to network early on in the beginning of the program.
That's where I think we met each other as well, like where we got to get to know each other and become friends and understand where we are coming from.
Yeah, and MEM is a program where you can come from any background essentially. So it's a good opportunity to also understand who's from which background, like what's more interesting for you. Do you see any similarities in profiles? Like talk to them, see what they're doing. It's a good place to build that network.
On that note, like you are from chemical engineering, oil and gas, and now in automobile industry, and you are mechanical.
Yeah.
I'm on the energy side of things though. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I'm with Tesla Energy, so more on their energy products like Megapacks and.
Nice. Okay. But still, like I think people who are watching, maybe they have done chemical engineering in India. They might think there's no way I will get into Tesla. I'm just guessing that that's what their assumption might be. So that's why I like that you both have unique profile, and I also want to break it down. What do you guys do in your role? So like what is your role mean? Like what do you do?
So for me, I'm also with energy services. So energy services include all the energy products like industrial storage, charging and residential. So making sure that all data, we have everything ready for all vendors and suppliers, everything, and also creating decisions on how we can make sure that the customer is happy in the most efficient way.
Yeah. And your role, official title is Technical Program Manager.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And what about you?
Yeah, I'm also a technical program manager, and I'm also on the service engineering side of things. But my team is responsible for making sure that the products that we have out there, that our customers are interacting with, are at the best health. And if something breaks, our team is the one to fix it and get it up and running. Product improvements. So I'm the technical program manager on that. But my role specifically currently is focused on process improvements. And by process, I mean how my team interacts with the rest of the teams within the energy org. How do we improve efficiencies? How do we improve the flow of information between these teams, making sure that whatever we're sending out is received by another team, and like how do we make sure we work towards continuously improving the product? So that's what my focus is on currently. And I say currently because TPM is a role where it just evolves. It ebbs and flows, it evolves. So right now this is what I'm working on.
Yeah, I was a senior TPM just 2 years ago, and now I'm a senior product manager. So I know it like every day is a different day as well. So and every day you're firefighting. So there's a lot of escalations and someone is not doing the job and all of that. So totally get it. Love it. And I want to like also, as we are doing this whole conversation, I want to burst some of the myths about Purdue necessarily, because I think there's a lot of myths about like, oh, it's in a small town, so there's a location disadvantage. Yet people are in the big industry. So I want to get to that. But before we get to that part, you probably didn't only have Purdue as an admit. Why did you choose Purdue? Or did you apply to other universities?
Yeah, I did. And I think for me, the realization came to me right after I gave my interview with Eric. Because MEM admission process involves interviews, and with that I had interviewed with all of them, and I think Purdue was my last interview. And I think after I had that conversation, it was just for 30 minutes, with Eric. I just felt like I had been the most candid version of myself in terms of what I wanted out of the program, what skills I was looking to gain, where I wanted to direct my career towards, I felt like I had been the most candidate. So it came to me that, okay, this is probably the best option for me, and I didn't have to take the decision for a few more weeks, but that interview kind of was a game changer, and definitely talking to alumni was a huge part of it. You know, you see the network and kind of the support that they give, so that was huge for me. That's when I knew. If you're looking for more specifics, I can get into it.
Yeah, but you did have other admits, and that was the one that you ended up choosing. One of the reasons could be the interview, is what you're saying. But yeah, essentially at this point when we are filming, everyone is receiving admits, so they are also in that decision making. So I'm trying to also understand like what, not necessarily just Purdue, but like what was it? How did you make that decision that this should be my school that I should go to?
The industry. So I'm not from a tech background. So I think for more industrial side of things, Purdue had the edge over the other MEM programs, which were more focused on, I think, maybe tech, maybe consulting side of things. So for me, I wanted to continue down the industrial side. So Purdue has an excellent IE school, and the career fairs are great.
Yeah,
like
I had the opportunity to be part of that roundtable conference.
Right, it's just buzzing. So the career fair and the opportunities that come with it, these are would be the top two on my list. So
so career fair, industrial engineering, and the 30-minute interview with Eric.
The whole opportunity for a co-op, for doing a co-op and like being out there, because MEM, you have your engineering skills already, you're done your engineering. You have to get that hands-on experience and put yourself out there as, I have experience as a program manager. And I think doing a co-op really lets you put yourself out there and try different things. You can stick with one company for the entire duration if you want, or if you want to like try different things, it gives you the opportunity to like diversify and explore. So that was a huge
and
factor.
Especially the fact that you can start the co-op after the first semester, and that's not typically that in the other universities. So gotcha. Okay, what about you?
For me, I think I will say Purdue has always been my first priority. Like it was my top school, and I got the admit in Feb itself. So for me it was sorted. I didn't even apply to many colleges because I had got the admit. And the reasons for that would be, first is that opportunity to take any courses you want, because I didn't want to do a lot of other colleges have like specific courses that you need to take, which didn't make sense to me because that's not a career path which I want to do. So that was one big reason for Purdue, because I see myself doing certain things and I want to learn certain things, because I might know, since I have 3 years of experience, I have engineering background, I need something different. That's what Purdue was giving me with and in Purdue you can do industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, anything. Like it's up to you what you want to do.
How you want to design.
How you want to design and what kind of career path you want to do. You can select it for yourself. So that was the biggest reason for me. Then also co-op and everything. When I was deciding, I didn't pay much attention to it because I didn't know it will be that important. Because I was like, I have experience, it's okay, one internship will be fine. And
but now
Amazon,
that you are doing.
because I'm from Amazon, what can go wrong? Only one internship will be okay. That was not a decision making point for me. But the selection of courses, like any course, that flexibility was really important for me.
Interesting, I love it. Okay. What's the tuition fees of Purdue?
43,
44.
You guys have
under 45.
How work in Tesla? I don't need to know.
No, that's not how it works. Definitely not. But it's
just kidding.
Definitely the best bang for buck you can get for MEM programs. So that's it's a huge plus.
So 43,000 is the total tuition fees, and what about the cost of living?
I would say 700 to 1,000.
Per
1,500,
per month.
Per month.
That includes like rent grocery, utilities
and everything.
Around 1,500.
If you are on a very comfortable side, you
can go.
It's a range, but most expensive is 1,500 a month.
Got it. Okay. And then because both of you are doing Tesla co-op, what's the typical salary range? Like, you don't have to tell me what you are making.
The range is the same. Whatever you see on LinkedIn, it can be anywhere from. It depends on the job role also. But for TPMs, I think it was like $33 to $50 an hour.
$50 per hour?
Yeah, so that's the range. Depends on your experience that you have, what team, what's the role. Even if it's a TPM role, the team that you are in
The
can.
scope will vary as well. Like depending on the scope, the amount of work they will give you, the salary will vary.
Yeah, and since you do 40 hours per week, would you say that you will be able to pay off the tuition fees?
That's the dream.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the living expenses in California are harsh.
Yeah.
But you can, if you plan for it, you definitely can.
Nice.
At least I would say 60 to 70% would definitely be covered by this co-op. But yeah.
And so right now you're just finishing the first spring co-op.
Yes.
Oh, I'm saying assuming you
Do
work
it
for the
whole
entire year, not
Yeah.
just for spring.
Right,
Assuming you work for the entire year, then
You can try for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we are just finishing. I mean, you guys are just finishing spring co-op.
Yes.
Are you guys extending it or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it super easy? Just
No.
No.
It depends on your performance, I would say, because I spoke to a couple of friends who are struggling to extend. So it all depends on your team first, if they have availability for an intern, because they might not have an headcount, they might not have prepared for it.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's also about your performance. If you're doing well enough, if the team likes you, they like your work, and they see potential that you will get them something or you'll bring something to the table if they extend you for summer as well. So all these things play, and if they don't like you, they won't extend.
Yeah.
That's as
Quality
simple
of
as-
work definitely matters.
Yes.
Your work ethic and your quality of work is topmost. And I think when you're signing your offer for spring, you can always just test out the waters and say, hey, FYI, I'm available for summer, so that at the back of their minds, they know that there's opportunity to extend, and they might have that headcount ready. Or if they know that they don't have the headcount for it, they can tell you right away that no, hey, we only have the headcount for spring, so you are mentally prepared and you know that you need to start looking for a summer internship. But in my case, there was opportunity. They liked how I was working, what I was bringing to the team. So
Nice.
extension.
Okay. And hopefully it'll also get converted into fall, because I think in total you can do almost a year long. And that's the dream, that if you do, then.
And you should also like what you're doing. So I think you should find that role exciting, and you should try to constantly learn and
But you don't even have to stick to Tesla in this case. Like you could
can change.
experiment with going to different industry if you want to. Yeah.
Yes. It depends. Like if you have the opportunity to learn something more by staying one more semester, then it makes sense. Or else if you're doing the same work, then I would say like it's better to switch teams or switch companies.
Yeah.
Or if you like it, it can be the same thing. And if you like it, and if there is potential for full time, you can still continue to build that, be a part of that team for a longer time, so that they also want to just, okay, you're gone for one semester and you come back to them for full time. So it depends on the situation, what you want.
Yeah. And does Tesla typically also extend to full-time jobs?
No, I would say no.
Team dependent.
Yeah.
Like
team dependent and performance dependent.
What I've heard, they don't give you offer letter right away if you have a break in between. So if you're taking, so for Purdue, I think we have to go back in our final semester. So they won't give you an offer letter right away.
Okay.
But yes, you have an opportunity to interview and then get back to the team.
I think it's more of, they have a, there's some sort of a panel interview of sorts. It's not a direct PPO conversion like some companies might offer. There is still like something that you have to clear, but they definitely want you back. If they've kept you for like the entire fall duration, and if they're wanting you to participate in that panel, it means that they liked your work and they want you to just talk to maybe an extended team, talk to teams that they work with closely, just to ensure compatibility, and then
Got it. Okay. And so now bringing you back in the time, like 2024, August probably aroundish is when you must have landed. And you started working in January.
Yeah.
So that's like really 4 or 5 months. And within that time, you were able to get the co-op, which is also true for many other Purdue MEM students. When did you start the preparation? Like when did you start looking for it?
I think you start after orientation week. So orientation week was time to chill. So we were kind of very much looking to network with one another, getting accustomed to the new town, new place, new house, everything was new. But then right after, we knew our career fair was coming somewhere second week of September. So you need to have stuff ready for the career fair. So I would say somewhere around third to last week of August is when I had focused on my resume, looking at jobs that might be opening up on LinkedIn. Definitely like wasn't doing it the right way, but the best way is to just start. So at least you know where you're going wrong and you can just course correct as you progress. But I think I had also worked on a version of my resume, like updated my resume during my break, like so before the program, maybe July, just getting some
So before
feedback.
even landing, you kind of started looking into
It was not the perfect version, but it was something to start with.
Right.
Like not from scratch, like just dusting off my undergrad, which I completed in 2020, looking at what all needs to change. So yeah, it was like a 4-year duration for me. So I had to do quite some work in between.
amazing.
For me, it will be very different.
Okay.
Because I think I knew I needed to prepare. I knew I needed to start applying and do everything, but I didn't do it. And career fair came and I thought I was prepared. Like I had resume and everything, but then I didn't do well, I would say.
In
like,
career fair?
Yeah, in career fair. Because
Okay.
career fair was like an eye-opener for me that how difficult it is. Because you listen to people, you get all advice you can. But I feel for me it was like facing it and getting a huge realization that, oh my God, this is how it is. So for me, I would say career fair was definitely like a change of pace for me. Like after career fair, I realized I need to get my things done. I need to be proactive. I need to do certain things. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So I will say for me, I started truly applying and being like, hustling for it somewhere in end of September.
That is still very early.
Yeah, literally, you made it sound like, until December end, I didn't do anything.
I would say still I was figuring things out.
Yeah.
But I would say Society of Women Engineers, SWE, that conference really helped me. Because through career fair, I got what happens and I learned all of those things. I did everything. I prepared really well for SWE and SWE was really helpful. I got a couple of interviews. I didn't get any offers out of it, like nothing. Like I didn't get Tesla out of SWE. But then it really helped me to get a momentum of how things would be and how I should present myself, what kind of qualities or bullet points do recruiters look at in my resume, what is clicking for them, all those things. So yeah.
And if you can go back in time, would you start early?
Definitely.
Like
Yes.
August, first week before landing?
Before landing, I think you should have resume ready. Like I would say, like at least a part of your
Just have a
first
draft
version,
that you can work on.
But if you can, I would always say it's better to be prepared because
Yeah.
the market is even.
Even though you were not.
Even though I was not, it was very stressful. So if you want to be peaceful and because I know few of our classmates who got offer in September. Like that was like I was still like
You're just waiting
Yeah,
for
you
luck
just
to
landed
strike.
and within 3 weeks someone has
I
an
was like
offer.
still making my resume and I was like still taking baby steps and there were people who were like I got an offer. I'm like
Yeah, so you cannot wait. Like you should be ready when the opportunity comes. Like you can't be unprepared. So it's good to have your things ready. You don't know when that opportunity will strike, when you might get lucky. So it's good to be prepared. And later, otherwise you'll have regrets on I got that call with that person, but I just wasn't prepared. So I had to.
And I would say many big companies have their summer openings in August, June,
end of
July, August. Which I didn't know. Like
Apple has it in July.
Yeah.
Apple's, if you look at their
Microsoft as
posting,
well,
it opens in July. So they're starting collecting applications in July.
See, and I won't say it's difficult to get in, but you need to be prepared to actually apply. Like you need to have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So definitely try for it. Like nothing goes. Be prepared. It's always good.
Yeah. Okay. And then both of you mentioned career fair. I had an opportunity. Eric invited me for that career fair. So, I mean, he didn't invite me for career fair, but I was there during that time. So I had an opportunity to see the madness, 400-ish company. And
More
I was
than
like,
400.
what is going on? There's like craziness and there's like line keeps going and going, which was insane. But I've also heard the other side of the story from different students, not from Purdue, but that career fair has nothing to do, like don't go, nobody hires from career fair, it's not important. What's your take on career fairs?
It depends on the career fair. So even in Purdue, the biggest one is the fall,
one which we have in fall.
Industrial
IE
roundtable.
roundtable. So that is massive. And it does hit you in the face when you walk in. Like, I was not prepared for it, even though I had heard so many stories. Yeah, you won't know until you're actually there and you just take it in and you're like, I just need to breathe. It was definitely a great opportunity, but for you to make the best use of your career fair, you need to do some groundwork before that.
What is that?
There are 400 companies. There's no way you can hit
all
Not even
all. Like, you need to
can't even
pick,
do 50, I will say.
Yeah, I would say a realistic target in those 2 days is 20, like 10.
I would say
10 per day. Depends on the companies you're picking. If you're picking the big ones that have the longest lines, then probably just 10. But if you want to like hit a couple of small ones, just practice, get your thing going.
Can we name some of the companies that come?
I remember standing in line for Amazon like for 3 hours, I guess.
Amazon Robotics,
Amazon
definitely.
Robotics. Unilever was there.
Yeah.
Panasonic.
Walmart was there.
Walmart was there.
Yeah.
Micron was there.
Yeah. What else? It's a lot of companies.
Yeah. But like, I guess
Cummins is a big one.
Cummins,
too.
Snyder
Coke
was
Schneider.
there.
was also there, I guess.
No, that was in SWE.
Yeah.
And so do you feel people do get offers or interview opportunities from career fair?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. And you guys said like you need preparation. What kind of preparation are you guys talking about?
I would say applying to those companies, like first you need to shortlist the company, whichever ones you want to intern or do full time at, and then see what kind of roles they have open. Like, if suppose I want to work at Amazon, but then Amazon doesn't have any open roles which are suitable for me, then there's no use for me to stand in line over there. So do your research, see which companies have what roles open, so that you are spending your time wisely. That's what I would say. And apply to those companies, get the job ID with you, so that when you're talking to a person, you can tell, okay, I've applied to them, I've done this, I've done that. So they are also impressed by you. That's what I
You
would
don't
say.
want to walk up to them and ask, hey, what do you have for me? And they're going to be like, they will be nice. They'll tell you, go look at our career website. This is what we have for you, and apply. That's it. But you've lost your time that you had for a face-to-face interaction, for building that relationship with whoever you're talking with.
The opportunity.
Exactly. So definitely work upfront is required. On top of that, I would say looking at all the companies, first identifying which ones you want to pick. And also that list still might be very large. So you want to nail down like which companies you realistically definitely want to talk to. Who depends on who's going to be there, what their crowd is. Plan for it. Go start early. Like if your career fair opens at 9, be there at least 8:45, 8:40, because lines are starting to build. And while you have that energy still up, you want to hit some of your big ones. And the first company shouldn't be the one that you want the most.
Company,
Go for a couple of trials.
Some warm-ups.
Warm up a little bit, but maybe on day 2, I think the first company can be the one that you really want to target. And save your best in the beginning while your energy levels are high. Take food with you, be on comfortable clothing and footwear, because you're going to be on your feet all day. By the end of the day, you just like want to be done. I didn't even have that much energy for the second day, because first day just took it all.
And you can be even strategic as well, because some companies you will already have kind of like, from your seniors you might have heard that these companies will give interviews like on the spot, like during the career fair they will take interviews. So maybe try for those companies, because it's better if you get an interview, you're there.
There's also like a divide and conquer strategy.
Yes. So it's like not just from alumni. you talk, you see your batchmates and they're like, oh hey, this person is giving interviews, there go, and then you go and stand in the line. So you're constantly talking and like finding out this company, they don't have any open positions, there are no product or program roles. So even it might be a big one on your list, they might have it on their website, but somebody who has stood in the line has found out that it's not really helping. So leaning on your batchmates and your cohort is a big one.
I think we all did that for Walmart.
Because the lines were very long.
One of us stood there and they were like, they might take, like they have roles for us. So we all just went and we were standing for Walmart.
It depends. So for me, yes, I wanted to go, but then I could either go there or finish 4 other companies that I wanted to. So you have to
you have to strategize. There is a lot of strategy involved. Yeah, and then you have to figure out which companies where, and
that's also one huge.
Also, you have to remember to drink water and
where
eat.
they are. And
try
to spot them.
So many times I've just been lost.
You won't find the company so easily. So
I was there. I trust me. I was confused. I was like, wait, where
that's
is
why
it?
being prepared is very important. Like
and does so that is one side is like you are also preparing. How does Purdue MEM help you? Like, does it help you at all, or is it just like they tell you like this is gonna be a crazy day?
I think Katie had took sessions for us. I think 2 or 3 sessions. I don't know the count, but she had sessions for us wherein she explained everything. Like like you
basically
will not
what
get
you
will not get much time. You will only have 30 seconds with one person. So prepare your elevator pitch, include these things, be straightforward, and have some questions ready to ask the person. Like do your research for the companies, and this is how the flow will be. This is how it's expected to be.
So you're well prepared.
Yes. They all, as such, the program team and Katie, they do a lot in putting as much information out there. But if you want, you can also take that extra step and schedule an extra one-on-one session with them, and their doors are always open, and they will cater to exactly what you need. If you feel like a certain area in your resume is weak and you want to improve on that, then you can work on that, or you can do a mock interview. So there's a separate one-on-one aspect to it, but to the entire cohort, we have these sessions. Some were around how to network, how to like get your elevator pitch going, how should your resume look, how should your LinkedIn profile, what's the best way to optimize your LinkedIn
what
profile.
Blows my mind is this happens as soon as you land. Before September, like you already have multiple times your resume reviewed, LinkedIn review, mock interviews.
We also have a resume, I think it's an AI platform wherein it gives you points.
Oh yeah, some resume scores, and then you can review the scores
like
with Katie on a one-on-one.
Yeah.
So we have those kind of platforms as well, and I would also like to mention, like, I think Purdue as a whole did some kind of workshops wherein we could just go and pitch ourselves to various other graduate students and professors. Purdue CCO had arranged that.
Oh, okay.
It was like industry roundtable, like pre-night, like preparing with everyone. So just go and like pitch yourself and try like how it feels, and they give you like pointers, things like that. So
amazing.
It was really nice.
What about on-campus jobs? Did you guys have on-campus jobs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, I'm like,
is it easy to get on-campus job?
Yeah, I would say I had mine before I came here.
What?
Yeah.
How do you
I
get
didn't
before?
end up working a lot on my on-campus job, but I did have one.
I think we all did. I think it's just our seniors kind of telling, start applying.
I think it's all like, the senior, like the community, they always are there to guide you. So as soon as you get in, you are already in WhatsApp groups and you're already talking to seniors. So they are like, if you want part-time job, you can apply here, you can apply here. Like they send us the website links. You just apply and you get in. Like.
Would you say everybody gets an on-campus job?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. If
you want
it, you definitely have the opportunity for it.
Nice.
They have a lot of openings.
Okay.
I would say though, like, yes, on-campus job can help you financially while you're on semester, but always it's good to remember why we are there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are there to like apply, learn, find a co-op, and kind of grow our career. So at any point, if people feel like it's taking a toll, it's taking time away from what they should actually be doing and why they're there, that's a good time to like stop, think, and realize if they should really continue down that path. Because just coming here and adapting to the life here can be difficult. It can take a lot more time than you thought it would. So it's completely okay even if you don't have time for a part-time job. that's okay. That's not a must. It's not a mandatory part of grad school, I would say.
I stopped mine in October, I guess.
I was going for
But
like
by that
fun.
time you had Tesla offer.
No.
No?
Oh, that's a different thing. I got mine very late.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going, but I would go only when I felt like I wanted to relax and just do something. It was a form of relaxation for me rather than
Oh yes.
actually working.
Yeah, and the ROI, like you mentioned, like ROI of on-campus job is also, you might want to think about, like, okay, if I'm spending 80 hours a month doing this versus 80 hours on actually finding a co-op or something, there's gonna be return of investment of that is gonna be much higher than not having a co-op.
Every minute counts in your grad school. Like the time you spend in doing something, it counts. It counts towards something. So
and it's also like you're taking 4 courses. It's not easy.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
you have
easy.
management and you're learning something totally different. From India, like what I did in my undergrad, it's totally different. The exam patterns are different. You have like quizzes every other week, so you need to perform there as well. You have projects, you have competitions to take part in. So it's
And there's a roommate dramas too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Never a dull moment.
I had the best roommate. No complaints.
They are watching, that's why you're saying that. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah.
So,
Totally agree. You guys keep saying SWE. What is SWE?
Society of Women Engineers. Yeah. So it's
it's a conference. It's a career fair.
We have when we say SWE, we're talking about the specific SWE conference.
Yeah.
So it's Society of Women Engineers is a network that you can be a part of.
Yeah.
But annually they all meet and there's a massive conference, career fair, and the career fair is a very it's much grander than what we see in even
Purdue,
IE roundtable. So it's that's what.
How much does it cost, like, for you to go there?
You have to have.
You have to be a SWE member, so you have your membership, which
fee,
is not much. I would say I think $10 or $20 or something like that, around that range. But then for the conference, you have to pay for it. Yeah. But Purdue also has the MEM professional scholarship. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Scholarship.
So we get $500. Which we can use towards...
Everybody gets it.
Everybody gets it.
You can use it for whatever you want.
Yeah, you can go to SWE or you can go to a different conference.
Or you can do a course.
Yeah, you can do like your certification, project management certification, anything. So basically anything for your professional development.
That is so cool. I mean, this fees is already 43,000. Maybe they are taking 500.
They are giving 500, yes.
Nice, okay.
And for this year's SWE, like 2024 SWE, it was in Chicago. So we had the travel free. It was sponsored by MEM Program.
Yeah, so we didn't even have to pay for the bus. We just had to pay for our accommodation there
and the conference.
Yeah.
And let's assume that there was no scholarship and there was no travel scholarship as well. Would you still invest that money?
Yes, I would definitely.
Definitely. And the reason we know that we would invest it is because our seniors have told us that it is a great opportunity.
Yes. Many seniors got offers from SWE. Many of our classmates got offers from SWE.
Yeah.
So,
And is it only for women?
No. Our male...
Yeah, and anybody can participate.
Also
It's a society of women engineers, but for the career fair, we have... anybody can
guys
participate.
Also. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like if you're an ally, you can always join.
Yeah.
Okay. And so both of you had Tesla. Is it the same time? How did you get it? I guess let's dive into that.
Sure. Mine's a very unique case. Like none of the cold applications really worked for me. For me, I found
cold application meaning you see the job and
you see the job, you apply. Like the game of numbers didn't really work for me. So for me, it was quality, connecting with the person. So career fairs definitely worked for me. But the Tesla one I did, that was not even through a career fair. It was through LinkedIn. So what I used to do, I used to see the job openings, see what teams they're in. Sometimes it's like bucket applications. So for Tesla, it will say TPM, energy, service engineering. And then you could be in any of the teams. Like we are in sister teams.
Different teams like that.
And then they list the different teams.
In the job description.
In the job description.
Okay.
So what I used to do was go look at the teams. Go to LinkedIn, type the team's name and put senior manager, search for people. Then see if their job seems to be what is described in the job portal, and then I would send them either
message.
LinkedIn requests, sometimes email messages. I didn't have premium at the time, so this was like maybe early September or like second week of September, something like that. LinkedIn decided to give me, oh, you get one email, try it out, like for free. And that, I didn't realize I could do that. And I ended up messaging a senior manager in Tesla, who's my current manager. And he read through my message, and like, it takes time. You also need to have patience. So you just keep putting your message request and don't expect anything back. Don't wait for a response. But it turned out he was looking for somebody, and that I don't even think was an open position in the portal. So I definitely reached out to the wrong manager, but he was looking for somebody. So, and like he saw my profile and what experiences I had, and he thought I would be a good fit for that position or to fill that role in his team. So he reached back out, and it was a back and forth conversation. Then he reached out to the recruiter and arranged for a couple more interviews for me, and then we finally converted that. So this approach worked for, I think, 2 more job opportunities.
Wait, you had 3 offers?
I had one more from Tesla,
Okay.
which also was like this, because I had reached out to a hiring manager for the job opportunity that I had seen in their website. Yeah, so for some reason recruiters don't like me. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a better job in my resume. That's what it says.
You don't need it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter actually.
But so you had total of 2 offers for co-ops, or you had multiple offers?
So with Tesla, for Spring, yeah, that's about it. That's what I had to choose.
When you say spring, so did you have more offers for summer?
I think in SWE, through SWE, I got a few more interview calls in that career fair. So I had...
It is wild. People are having a hard time to get an interview call. You have multiple offers here.
Yeah, but then after that, I didn't proceed with a couple of interviews, because I felt like I had what I wanted, and like I didn't want to just again participate more in interviews and then like put yourself in a bad spot with the company. So I didn't. But
and so September-ish. So you had an offer by like October.
Early October, I would say. Yeah.
Easy, 3 months.
No,
before.
when was SWE?
It was in October, yeah.
Yeah, no, end of October then. It was after SWE.
Yeah, still 3 months and you have an offer. That's what a relief it must be. But anyway, that's good. What about you?
So for
you
me, SWE, before I went to SWE itself, I had like 4 interviews lined up for SWE, like in SWE.
What is
That's crazy. That's something I did not do. Like prepping for SWE, I think is like very much more important than prepping for IE.
Yeah.
Like you want to have interviews lined up for SWE.
Yeah.
How do you have interviews lined up?
Since for me the industry roundtable at Purdue went so bad, I was like fully determined. Yes, I was in trauma. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is it? So I was full on prepared for SWE. So before SWE itself, like, so as I mentioned, many a times they'll have, like SWE has an application and a website wherein you can put in your resume for other recruiters and companies to view. And you can also apply for, so there are particular roles which open just for SWE, like SWE 2024, and they just accept your application. So I did all of that, and I even reached out to people who are coming to SWE and like, you know, I'm genuinely connecting with them. I didn't expect them to give me an interview. I just wanted to talk to them because it was some, like, you know, similar kind of interest. Like, I'm interested in sustainability, and they were also having a talk on sustainability. So I just tried to reach out to them, talk to them. So many of them just reached back and they were just mentoring me sort of, like, you know, what you can do more, what you can do better, and, you know, let's meet up after this talk, or, you know, after the day 1 or things like that. Yeah, and I think 2 weeks before SWE, I got like interview calls for 4 different roles with 3 different companies. Yes,
Wow.
but none of them worked out.
Yeah. But still, and so the strategy was reaching out
and
ahead-
applying. Yes,
and applying
Yes.
and ahead of time and trying to find common threads.
Yes. So that you have people who know you beforehand, so that even when you're standing in line for that particular company, they might come and you can actually go and, you know, introduce yourself. Like, hi, I'm Elsa. Like, we spoke on LinkedIn about this and things like that. Yeah. It definitely works, I would say.
And so what happened in the interview?
So interviews, all of them went well. I got 1 offer, but then they didn't sponsor, so that just went. And The other ones, so after SWE also I had a couple of interviews with the same company. They were trying for different roles and eventually none of them worked out. Few of them gave offers, like one of them did give me offer. I was going to accept them for spring, but then I got Tesla and like this felt like a better fit for me. So yeah, so.
And how did you get Tesla?
So for me, Tesla was very weird because I just applied online in their portal, that was it, and I never heard back from them. And many of my classmates were getting a lot of Tesla interviews.
It's I would say October, November is a time where you get a lot of Tesla interviews, and it continues all the way till end of December.
Even Jan, I would say.
Yeah.
So when I got my interview, by that time I think Sunanda and most of them who are in Tesla right now had already got their offer. They were already sorted, and I was still like, maybe I'll go with the other company for spring, which I had an offer for. But Tesla was really a company which I wanted to work for, so I was still on the lookout.
So it was purely an cold application, and you got it through that.
So October end, or no, I would say November end is when I got, like, a recruiter reached out to me. She's like,
so within 4 months you had an offer.
Yeah, but sort of. So for me, I had 2 rounds of interview, all were panel rounds. It was quite tough, but it worked out. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the secret sauce of message, like cold emailing, cold message? What did you say?
Yeah, for me it was like looking at, first you need to be a good fit for the role, definitely. So look at the job description, see what are the transferable skills, and then try to understand what that role is looking for, what that team is looking for, and then try to highlight aspects in your profile that would be a best match, because you can have a diverse range of experience. If you try to put everything out there, it's going to be confusing. So pick certain things that are common with the job description and tell them why you'd be a good fit for the role. So for me, it's like, hey, I have this much years of experience in this, and I saw that there is an internship opening in this team. So I think I would be a great fit because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. I would love to chat more if you have the time. It's something as simple as that. You don't want it to be incredibly long, they're not going to read it. It has to be short and catchy.
So super relevant, super specific to the job, to your profile, and to that person you're reaching out to. Got it. Okay. Interview preps. How did you guys manage to get the interviews? I mean, not you. How did you get the interview to offer?
Okay.
So it's funny because so this manager had seen and he was like, okay, let's connect. Turns out that was my first interview. I did not know. I just went in thinking it was going to be a casual conversation, and he's gonna probably, I was thinking wrong. So when a manager tells you, hey, let's connect, it is for an interview. So I did not know that. So I was completely unprepared. But it was the same day as my Purdue IE career fair. So I had at least my elevator pitch ready. So I just went and had a conversation with him that went for 30 minutes. He's trying to gauge whether you are actually what you say you are. So they really, you need to get your story straight. So I would say don't lie in your resume because you're just wasting people's time and your time. It's eventually going to come out. They'll know whether you have the content of what you're saying in your resume. So you have to make it sound like good. But you can't fabricate things. So it was that. After that, he thought I'd be a good fit and he pushed it to the recruiter. Had a long wait time because it was not a role that was already in there in the portal. So they had to get a couple more interviews lined up with the people in the team. And then he met with me again because it was for program management. He wanted to, first actually he was looking for the role that she's in actually. But then because of what I wanted was slightly different than what that role was giving, he wanted to reach back out and confirm what I wanted, then arranged another interview with a senior engineer in the team. For that, as soon as I found out the person's name, I started looking at my manager's mutual connections on LinkedIn and trying to find out who the people are in the team. So I'm in a team with full of subject matter experts. It's not a program management team like she's in. So they're all very technical people. So I'm trying to network with them, trying to identify what they do, and people were nice to respond back. So I tried to understand what it is that this person who's interviewing me is going to be looking for. What kind of questions could I potentially be asked? And I got a list, and with that I prepared all these answers to behavioral questions, STAR methodology and everything, but connecting to people in the team and genuinely trying to understand what the team does, what their pain points are, what are they looking for, really helped me.
And I'm assuming this is obviously, I am assuming this, that you also had your stories ready for the interview.
Yeah, for sure. You have to have not just the questions, you also have to have your answers and your stories ready in the STAR methodology. Have a huge OneNote open, like just have everything organized, and
Nice, love it. Any different?
For me, it was a more traditional way. Like there were like 4 people. My team, basically my whole team was there in the interview call. I would say
Just one interview?
I had 2.
Okay.
So the first one was fully based on my resume. So definitely, as she said, do not lie on your resume. Make sure that each and every word that you have put on your resume, you know about it, you can speak about it, you can make them feel that, okay, yeah, she has done this for sure, because they'll have a lot of, back and forth questions, they will follow up a lot, they'll go in depth. So be sure that you have actually done the work, otherwise they will know for sure. And the second round for me was a bit more situation based.
Yeah.
Like they had like couple of real tickets, like what they work on, they had it open, they were like, how will you solve it? It was more like, more than the technical knowledge, they want to see what is your thought process. That's what matters to them more.
But how do you prepare for this?
So second round, you can't expect anything, like you don't know what the situations will be. All you can do is try to understand what the team does, more or less. But for me, that didn't work as well, because I didn't have any common following. Like whoever was interviewing me, I didn't have any mutual connections. I tried to ping them, none of them were like, replying or reaching back. So I was like, I'll just do whatever. Like
you also didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I did. Correctly. Yeah, it was like 1 week. Like when I cleared my first round, it was like in 3-4 days I had my second round. So I didn't have much time as well. So I was like, if they have called me for the second round, it would be because I have something. So I'll just prepare myself with whatever I already know and I'll just go for it. So that's what worked. And it's more like, there were a lot of things that I didn't know. So be open, ask them questions.
Yeah.
Like if you don't understand something, ask clarifying questions. That will always help, rather than, just trying to show off or like, And one thing I've heard from my teammates and like, recruiters is, do not try to read things off or like, try to Google or chat GPT or anything, because they really notice that. And if you do that and they catch you, it's like straight out. Because I asked one of my team member, like, why me, or like, because my first round was a bit difficult. So they were like, because you did really well, even if you didn't know a few of the questions, we liked you because, you were honest about things which you didn't know. There are many people who do that, and we directly, we don't even consider them. Even if they were good, their profile is good, we don't consider them. So that's one thing that I would genuinely say, don't do it. Like, even if you don't know, it's okay. Like, in my first round, I would say there were 3 questions which I didn't know at all, which is okay. Like, I feel, be honest about it, it's fine.
Yeah, love it. And I'm gonna also ask like slightly controversial question, going super back in time, because right now job market is brutal, and people are asking me if they should come to United States, and especially the ones who don't have work experience. What would you say?
You should. Yeah, it's hard because I'm not in that position. Like I genuinely think giving my interviews and even doing my job today, my work experience helps me a lot. Like you may not realize it directly, but the way you work, your work ethic, what you consider as priorities, how you chase things down, everything I would say is the experience that I've gained in Exxon or in my past experience is tremendously helpful.
Yeah, I mean that's my take as well. That in this market, I mean if you don't have work experience, I would kind of think before, or at least have some projects or have internships. Or
I would say, like, even if you don't have experience, you can try if this is your dream, but then make sure that you have the right skill set. Make sure that you have a lot of personal projects. I have heard people say that it's not just projects which you do in your school or coursework. Personal projects matter a lot, because that shows that you have taken extra effort and interest into learning that skill and building something out of it. And that really matters to recruiters and hiring managers.
Because your first round is resume, and you need content
Things,
in your
yeah.
resume to put in. So you need to have worked in something or the other. It
Yeah.
just can't be extracurricular experiences and stuff. So be it projects, academic projects, or
Volunteer, like you can
Yeah.
do a lot of things. So work experience also just shows our skill set. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
100%.
trying to
it can't be just
substitute
extracurriculars.
it with
Extracurricular?
something, then good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all this is apart from extracurricular. Extracurricular is extra, but your main content of your resume, you still need to have.
You have to show those
Yeah.
skills. As long as you have that and you're confident in yourself, you can give it a try.
Yeah. And so far, it's been like what, 4 months you guys been working in Tesla?
3
Yeah,
months.
little over 3 months.
Little
now.
over 3
Yeah.
months. Let's say people are watching this for fall 2025 students who are gonna come within few months. And what advice would you give them, like if they want to maximize their experience at Purdue?
I would definitely say start early. Nothing goes wrong if you're prepared. So do that and always seek out help. I would say even if it's your seniors or like, Eric, Karen, Katie or your peers.
Yeah.
Like I remember before my Tesla interview, I had a call with her to ask her like what was the interview like and what kind of questions should I expect and how is it and what should I expect from it. So always reach out. Like if you're in trouble, if you have a doubt, always reach out. There are people around you who will help. If one doesn't, the other one will for sure. So always have that mindset and come with a mindset that it's going to be difficult and you have to do a lot of work to get something out of this experience. So come with that mindset, be ready to hustle. So
Yeah, ready to hustle, ask for help. So like at that point, I had a template that I was sharing with people. If anybody reached out to me saying, hey, I have this interview, I would just like, okay, this, focus on this is what I did, and I would send it to them. So like you don't know who can help you, so just ask. Come and again be open to that mentality of helping other people.
Yes,
also
definitely.
it's not just about receiving, it's also about giving it back to other
Yes.
people. And yeah, hustling, staying rooted to what you want, and don't get stressed. It is a game of luck, game of chance that you're playing, so you just have to wait till you get lucky. Don't take stress because your roommate got an offer, like 10 other people in your batch got an offer. It's okay. Like there are people who got offers like in end of December, January. So and good companies too. So you just have to wait it out. Don't give up. Don't lose hope.
Don't give up is really important. Like
And it's very hard. I know it's very easy to say, but
Because you wake
it's
up
very
with
hard.
morning rejections, like
Yeah.
that's something.
So don't give up. Like I will say for me itself, like compared to them, it was pretty late, but then still I got in, and I know many people who got in Jan for spring. Like they
for spring co-op.
for spring co-op they got their offer in mid of Jan. So like it's never late. Keep trying, and even if you don't get in, it's not a big deal. You can still build your skills.
You can try for summer internship
projects.
or for fall
you can.
co-op.
Yeah. So there's always another semester, another internship waiting for you. So
Yeah.
just keep doing
There
it.
is also no such thing as too much networking. Any amount of networking you do is like
But
you're
I
building
get
that.
complaint from students like that's not turning into anything, so it's like waste of.
Exactly. So what are you networking for? Like you shouldn't have that thing in your mind saying this, I'm networking so that this converts
It's
into a referral or into
you're
a job
not
offer.
doing a transaction.
Network for the purpose of networking. You don't know when that will pay off. It can be 8 years from now when you're trying to switch jobs that person
Yes.
is able to connect with you. So
100%.
always, don't network with just for a specific, like outcome that you want out of it.
Try for mentorship, like try to ask them if they can guide you with something, or guide you like with what courses you should take, or this is where you want to go and this is where they already are. So what was their career path like, what kind of things they did to reach where they are. Try for those things instead of like just asking, can you refer me, or like can you give me an interview.
Cannot tell you how many messages I get like, hey, can you refer me?
Yeah.
Is your company hiring? I mean, do the work.
I mean, you won't get any replies if you do that.
Yeah.
So try for like genuine connection with the people without expecting they will give you an internship or interview, anything.
Did you face self-doubt that, because I feel like new country and especially Purdue has such a competitive batch, everyone is ambitious. You start to feel like, I don't know like if I'm gonna, that's how I felt when I first met the students, like these are all so good students. So I'm assuming it would be natural to feel that way. how do you combat that?
That's how I felt after the career fair.
Yeah,
Because,
one thing you can tell yourself is you are there with that cohort. So
You are
you are
equally good.
good. You are also like equally good. You are there for a reason. It's because you're good as the rest of them. So you shouldn't. Yeah, that's one thing I told myself, because it's natural to feel that way, and you will feel that way so many times.
Yeah.
through
Even
the
now
semester.
you might feel like
it doesn't end. Like it doesn't really end.
It's not like just because you're doing an internship
you'll feel that in your company. You're like, oh shit, like why am I here?
Am I so stupid? Or things like that.
But then you're there for a reason. They hired you. They took you into the program for the reason. You're in the internship for a reason, because
everything.
they like people trust
you
that
have
you can
some
do it.
skills. That's why you are wherever you are. So, and I would also say surround yourself with good people, like people whom you can trust, who will support you even if you're down and you're feeling low. They will remind you why you are why you are special, what talents you are bringing. And I would say for that as well, like a huge shout out to Karen and Katie, because I remember in November I was very low. I didn't have any offers at that moment. I had interviews lined up, nothing was working out more or less. And I remember going to Katie and I was like, maybe there is a chance that I might not do an internship for spring. She's like, that's fine. Firstly, there's a lot of time still. There are a lot of companies who are still hiring, looking and opening new roles. So you don't give up now. And even if it doesn't happen, you can stay here. And I was telling her like how SWE was good. I got a lot of interviews, but then nothing is coming out. She like, since SWE was good, go for other conferences, career fairs and things like that. Build your network. Something or the other will work out. Even Karen, it was like a homely feeling just to rant, and they already have that experience. So the kind of advice they give, it was really helpful. It cheered me up. And I think next week I got Tesla interview, and then everything was sorted. So surround yourself with good people. Ask for advice. Go to people, meet them, talk it out, rant, do whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah. It's important to ask for help also.
Yes,
I think don't stay in your apartment and in your room. So
Get
out of
out,
that comfort zone.
Yeah.
But anyway, any
Yes.
last piece of advice?
I think one thing that did help me in deciding which university we wanted to go to, because even before MEM, I had to take the decision of MBA or MEM, because I had 4 years of experience. A lot of people were telling me, MEM, you're overqualified for it and you should be doing an MBA instead. But network a lot, reach out to a lot of people. Even for when you write your SOP, really think about why you want to do it. It's definitely is your statement of purpose. That helped me get a lot of clarity on why I wanted to go down this path when I was writing that. So network a lot before to understand, really think about, spend time understanding why you are doing this, and like where do you want to go from there, what do you want to get out of this program. It just really gives a sense of direction once you're in the program, because at that time there's too much happening for you to really focus and think on like what you want to do. That's something you should know before you come.
I love that.
I would say never give up. And things eventually work out. You might think that this is the company where I want to intern, or these are the companies where I'll be interning summer, fall, all those things. And it might happen the exact opposite. It might be a company where you never imagined yourself working, but it will work out for the best. So whatever is meant for you will be yours. So don't give up. Just try to get as much as you can, learn as much as you can, and build skills. That's really important. Even when interviews are not working out, build your skills.
It's not the end of the world even if you don't get a spring co-op
or summer
it's not the end of anything.
It's full time, so who knows what any of us are going to do.
Exactly. So it's not like, if I don't get a spring co-op, that's it, my MEM career is gone.
So build your skills, because full time at the end of the day it's all about skills. They look for skills. So
amazing, cool. Thank you, Elsa. Thank you, Sunanda, for doing this. I felt like I learned a lot. This was super masterclass on how to get co-op and industrial roundtable and so much more. I can't wait to bring you guys back once both of you have Cybertrucks. But until our next one,
keep smiling and keep hustling.
Nice.